Welcome to today's daily tune in. I am in a new space today and it is so cozy. It's amazing. It's a beautiful blessing and I'm super grateful to have you here joining me today. I'm going to talk a little bit about these universal rewards that are showing up in these highly potent energies. But first, I want to make sure that you have seen the Igniting the Ascension Frequency workshop that I will be offering this coming Saturday. Whether you can be on it live or you get the recording, this is going to be an essential workshop for anyone who wants to know more about what really this ascension process is, what it means, why it's having such a global effect on all parts of our systems, all parts of our globe, all parts of humanity, how it's affecting you, why it's affecting you, and all the ins and outs. And also, you can bring your individual questions to the workshop. It's an experiential workshop, which means you are going to have an experience and a guided hypnomeditation that's going to take you, the collective that joins. And if you are on a recording of this workshop, you will also be part of that collective that tunes into your soul frequency, ascends into that frequency, so that collectively we can then be in that space of pulling in our most genuine heaven on earth, bringing in our aligned universal rewards, and truly then being those parts of humanity, the collective of humanity that then beams that same energy out, those same frequencies out to all of humanity. This is a cohesive and coherent meditation. So not only is this for you, but it's for the collective as well. So this has the potential to have massive effects on our globe, on you, and also bringing your mind and your brain up to speed as to what is happening to you. It's going to be a powerful 2 hours. And again, if you can't be on it live, you can still get the recording. It'll be sent out within 24 hours of the workshop being completed, so that you can also join in on the energy that's created and join in on the knowledge and the truth of what's really happening. If you've noticed over the last week, we've had some global events that have been quite compelling. Some are generated and deceptively generated to keep us divided, so we don't get up to these higher frequencies of consciousness, to keep our collective down in those lower consciousness of anger and fear and division. And yet there's this beautiful empowering process that's happening. When we tune into that, we can rise up collectively into those higher states of human consciousness, where then we can overcome the deceptive and manipulative agendas that are playing out. We have the power. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We hear that that's an old Hopi wisdom. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and this is how we do it, by changing our consciousness, by ascending our consciousness. That's what I'm asking of you, to join us in this workshop so that we have the power collectively to do just that. So let's get into the message for the daily tune-in. The universal rewards. I talked about two and a half weeks ago, starting this phase from the 11/11 portal into the winter solstice, that we were going to be accessing some pretty potent energies. And these potent energies are working in our favor, and yet they're making us do some work as well. But also, not only is this ascension process about the symptoms of, working through our emotional densities and feeling that pain and feeling that grief and looking at the old traumas in our bodies that maybe we buried or just kind of ignored and hoped it would go away, and all of that stuff's bubbling up. Maybe there's physical symptoms, headaches, ears ringing, body aches, stomach issues. There's so many different physical symptoms. But don't forget that there's an equal and opposite expression to everything. The equal and opposite expression are these universal rewards that are coming up, that are bubbling up for us to notice. But if we're too busy in the lower, the pain and the agony of this ascension process, we're going to miss these universal rewards. So what is that? If you imagine the reward systems of like your airline miles or like the credit card rewards that you get, how that works is kind of very deceptive to you energetically, because you work hard to be paid in money. And then we all think that we're getting paid these rewards by then spending our hard-earned money that we probably worked hard, probably gave a lot of energy to, probably to jobs that in most cases don't fill us up, and we get paid this money to go spend it on a credit card that we're going to have to pay more money for in interest, but you get rewards. But those rewards are very limited based on what you spend to get in return. So the rewards is just kind of a flip of it's a very manipulative twist on being rewarded. The opposite expression of that is universal rewards. And what universal rewards is payment, so to speak, a return on the energy that you put out to work through your densities, to wake up to a higher consciousness, to bring yourself up to a higher frequency. We all know that we're doing work to do this. We are having to sit in the densities and the physical, the physical pains of clearing these emotional and physical densities. We are having to also do the work at looking out at global events and working through them so that we're not taken under and rolled over and over and trampled by the energy that it's creating within us. So when we are consciously aware of this ascension process and what all of this is designed, both cosmically designed, naturally designed, and also deceptively designed to do, we can then better equip ourselves to work through and clear and purge the densities within us that allow us to do it in our external world. And that work then is returned in an equal and opposite energy or frequency, which means it comes back into our physical reality in beautiful miracles. I posted over the weekend about these beautiful miracles that are showing up in my own life, just so you can see how it's working. They show up not with a wham bam. I mean, I kind of wish they would, because I'm waiting for like the big miracle. Sometimes I'm like, where's the big thing? You're like, I want it to wallop me and be like, here I am. And yet, because we have to work through these densities, and some of them are so subtle, sometimes we're just working, we're like, oh, here's something familiar, and we just do our normal thing until we become aware, and then we come into a higher level of frequency, a higher level of consciousness, work through it differently, more consciously from a higher perspective, and actually clear it. These universal rewards, these manifestations of our work come in just as subtly, and we have to notice them. And when we do, they wallop us in how beautiful and how magically they come up, and come into our life. The more we are aware of them, the more we recognize them, just like doing the work, right? The more that we recognize, oh, here's something else I want to work through. Here's something else it's not serving me, and I keep doing it that way. I'm going to do it differently. Oh, here's something else. And it's so little, because we are now shining light on the automatic responses of our subconscious mind. So as small and detailed as we can get in doing the work and purging these densities that rise us up to higher frequencies, we will then see an equal and opposite expression of the miracles that show up. Things just get easier. Something just shows up and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so easy. this beautiful place, this cozy little place that my husband and I found us in here, was gifted to us. We are not paying rent for this beautiful place that we're in because we simply shared with others. And they liked our story, they liked us, and we're like, hey, we have this place if you guys want to stay here. And it's a huge, huge elevation of expression compared to where we were just 2 days ago. So the smallest of things are happening. Oh, and part of it is it has a bathtub. Since we've been out of our house in Austin, all I've been telling my husband is like, I just want to take a bath. I just want to clear myself. I just want to take a bath. For 8 months I've been saying that because we haven't stayed in anything that had a bathtub. And today, last night, I got to get a bath. That was a huge reward. A huge reward, y'all. It might seem like nothing to you if you've got a bathtub, but for me, it was massive. So these beautiful rewards are coming in. They're unique to every one of us. And the more we recognize them, the more we tune into them, the higher we go. I sat last night in so much gratitude before, I'm pointing to the bedroom. Before I went to bed, I always do a thing. I journal and I play. Like, I don't know, whatever. I journal, I meditate. I might watch a couple of videos I think are inspiring. Whatever it is to fill my soul before I go to bed. Last night, I just sat and I couldn't go to sleep because I was in so much gratitude. That then raises us up, being in the gratitude of these universal rewards as they come in. And I promise you, they're hitting you daily, because I know the work that you're doing from these energies coming in, the purging work that you're doing, that's hitting you daily. So be looking for the equal and opposite expression every day, and I promise you'll find them. And the more you find them, the more they will rise up. They will get bigger and bigger and bigger and wallop you with the beauty and the abundance that they are. That's where we're going. We're coming out of this denser 3D physical world density and rising up into these higher frequencies of life, into the fourth dimensional emotional, where your heart's always expanded and you're just grateful all the time. And when you're soul led and everything's integrated, your life will start to do that pole shift we've been talking about, going from that physical world density to living in a place where abundance and these universal rewards are hitting you daily. So start looking for them, because it's so fun. It's beautiful. It's part of the puzzle. It's part of the scavenger hunt of this ascension process. And it's digging down deep into the yucky stuff so you can purge it out, doing the Marie Kondo on the inside, so that there's plenty of space for these new frequencies to fill in those densities with the feelings of love and joy and gratitude and bliss, so that we are always in that frequency. So when life happens, we can sail right through it and kind of bob up and down and not be so affected and taken down and rolled around in all of the junk that's being thrown at us in the outer world. Stay above it, sweet souls. That's our job. And the more you work at this, the more the rewards come in, and they will be of an equivalent, equal, and opposite expression of the gunk. You get what you put in, you get back in return. It's a beautiful system the universe and God, source, spirit, whatever you call it, has set up for us. So make sure you're looking for your rewards, and I want to hear in the comments below what those rewards are. How are they showing up for you? I want to hear it, and I want to celebrate it with you. Don't forget to click the link in the somewhere, wherever you're watching this, click the link to register and join me on this workshop on Saturday. I'm super stoked for it. It's going to be good. I promise you. I've been downloading all the stuff, and it's good stuff. Mwah. Can't wait to do that with you. Bye.